Welcome back, guys. I'm so glad to bring to you this episode, which has been a challenge to very many farmers who are into commercial layer farming and also the kienyeji layers farming. In this case, we are talking of the improved kienyeji layer farming. So we want to look why your chicken or why your hens stopped laying and how you can be able to correct that mistake and they start laying again. I am so glad to bring you this. And guys, I want us, before we even get to the main points and the main reasons why your chicken might have stopped laying, we look on some very critical aspects in poultry farming which you might make a mistake when you want to do to keep your layers or your improved kienyeji chicken. So guys, my name is Lenny and I assist farmers to launch successful poultry farms. Guys, in the past 3 years, I introduced Saso F1, which I sell at 95 Kenya shillings per chick. Of recent, we have also introduced now the commercial layers, which we are selling at 160 Kenya shillings. And we have also introduced the broilers, which we are selling at 100 Kenya shillings. And the good thing with us is that we do not only supply you with these chicks, we ensure that we work with you the journey from the beginning, from how you are going to construct the poultry house. We do the construction on your behalf, up to the time you do the stocking, up to the time you learn about brooder management, up to the time the chicken is going to grow, and up to the time you are going to go to the market. That's the beauty of working with us. So welcome, guys. So most of the times, very many farmers keep this chicken, the commercial layers, or the improved kienyeji breed, which sometimes may end up not giving them eggs. And before we even get into that, some of the major challenges farmers face in this field of keeping the commercial layers is that what normally happens during the process of taking care of the chicks, very many farmers make a mistake. Is they either differ with the diet, or sometimes they leave the chicken, they get sick, which will affect now the birth in later stage in life. So I will be getting in my poultry house so that we may be able to look on these major factors which has contributed to your layers not to lay. So I want to show you the process before we enter. This is my poultry house, as you have been seeing. So as I told you, this stone is a stone where I'm going to leave now the shoes I am wearing here, and I'm going now to take these boots you see over here, and I will get now into the poultry house center where it is, so that we may be able to see really what really happens in any typical poultry farm and how you can be able to rectify these mistakes so that you may be able to succeed. Let me wear the gumboots. They are somehow heavy, but I have to wear them because of biosecurity and access controls. So these are some of the things you need to implement in your poultry farm. They don't take a lot of money, but very crucial. So you can see I am ready now. I'm ready now to get into the poultry house. So today we are getting in so that you may be able to understand about these basics when it comes now to poultry farming. So let's get in. And I don't want you at any point to make a mistake when you are doing this poultry farming. So let's get there so that you may be able to look on those factors. I don't know why these ones have come out. This one is very wrong. This chicken now coming out and taking this water is not advisable. Sometimes it may bring some diseases, which like coccidiosis or cholera. So these are our breeder cocks, as you can see, but it's not what we are going to discuss today. So shh, 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 shh. Get in. The cock has refused. Peter Araman Kuchinje. So big. You can see it's around almost 4 kgs. Shh. Yeah. Shh. Yes. We get in now. So I want to get inside the poultry house today so that we may be able to understand these aspects. And the first aspect, which affects now your chicken, they may not give you enough eggs. Number one is the age of the birds. The age of the birds is very crucial when it comes now to the number of eggs the chicken they are going to give you. I just want to show you. So you realize when the chicken have become very old, they will tend to give you very few eggs in this in your poultry farm, because the eggs have deteriorated now in their system. I just want to be able to show you the chicken you are seeing here. We have only around 6 months, then they will be out of this poultry farm. This chicken have laid for around 13 months up to date, but I normally keep them for around 18 months, which they give me now the eggs. That's the first aspect. The second aspect is the molting season. And most people don't understand what molting really means. I just want to take my time and I show you one chicken which has started now the process of molting. There are very many, but I want to identify one which has started. Let me see whether I'll be able to focus one. Like this one you are seeing here, you can see now the feathers are moving now from the chicken. So it means when this chicken now start the process of molting, the number of eggs they are giving, it will reduce drastically, because now at this stage they don't have now the feathers and they are not able to generate heat, which they can assist them now to generate more eggs in this manner. So molting is the second aspect which might have reduced now the number of eggs you are getting, or is making now the chicken not to lay totally at all. So this is the most important aspect. The other aspect, we want now to get to the third aspect, which is also very important, and it plays a very pivotal role when it comes now to egg hatching in this egg production to chicken. These are our laying nest, as you can see them here. What normally happens, number 3, if your laying nests are hidden and the chicken cannot access them, majority of the chicken will not be able to give you any egg. So you can see our laying nest. This is how they normally look like. You can see here they are. They produce now. This is where the chicken normally get now to give us the eggs. This is how they look now from inside. So if they are hidden and they cannot be seen by the chicken, they cannot be accessed, the chicken are going to reduce the number of eggs they give you now in a given day. Another aspect which normally happens in this improved Kienyeji breed, what really happens, you may realize some chicken may decide now to go broody. And when they decide to go broody, you realize they may tend to want now to sleep on the eggs which they have laid. At the moment the chicken gets broody, they cannot be able to produce even a single egg. So what do you do in this manner? I shown you in the previous videos on how you can handle broody chickens. Reason is that these chicken are the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. It's a mixture of a broiler and the pure Kienyeji to get a fast growing bird, but with the indigenous aspects. So what normally happens when they get broody, they cannot be able to give you even a single egg. So what you do, you wash them. You take them and you wash. So when they start to brood, you start to see them now getting into the laying nest. Then they are not coming out of the laying nest and they are not giving even any egg. Let's get to the next aspect, which now comes now with the issue of feeding. Feeding plays a pivotal role when it comes now to the chicken behavior. So these cocks sometimes are very aggressive. Sometimes they may decide to teach you a lesson. Let me show you this one. You can see this one is preparing for us to fight. You can see, just see it. You can see how it's aggressive it is. So sometimes, let me turn the camera. Sometimes it becomes really a challenge when you are keeping them. Sometimes they might become very aggressive because they see now I'm coming to their territory, and maybe I'm going to do something maybe with their girls. So let me do it now from outside, because those are two aspects. Was the one I wanted to show you now on the poultry house. The other aspect which may make your chicken not be able to give you eggs, it comes now with the issue of nutrition, and you need now an understanding of how you are going to give your chicken the best feeds. If you are not able to do that, you realize your chicken are not going to give you even a single egg, and you might take a lot of time to take care of them, which will mean now a lot of money will be used now to purchase these feeds, and then it means you are not going to lay eggs. So make sure you have an understanding of the feeds you are giving to your birds. You must give them the very quality feeds and ensure that at any given point you don't give them contaminated feed or expired feeds. And I normally advise farmers. In poultry farming, we have different types of feeds. We have the pre-layer, we have now the pre-pick layer, and we have now the pick layer, then we have now the layer 1 and layer 2. This kind of layers mash, they have different formulas. I'll be doing different videos to educate you on how to make your own feed now when it comes now to this aspect. The other aspect which now makes your chicken not to lay eggs is the kind of poultry house now you make which the birds are going to live. This is a simple makeshift I've always shown in most of my videos. If you want your birds to give you good eggs, make sure you give them enough air, ensure that the house is well ventilated and that the floor is not dirty at any given point. This one will enable the birds now to give you now very good eggs, and they will not be able to get any diseases now from the contaminated floor. The other aspect now comes now when you reduce now the daylight hours. When you reduce the daylight hours, the chicken will not be able to give you eggs. Ensure that during the day, if it was raining maybe in the previous day, during the day, you open these taplons to prevent now to remove darkness from inside the poultry house. It's just you just fold them up and ensure that there is enough light now in the poultry house during the day. The other issue which comes now in hand is the issue to do with diseases. If your flock gets sick at any given point, you realize it might reduce the number of eggs they are going to give you, because now diseases will affect them, which will make them not to give you even a single egg when they are sick. And if they give you, the sickness might be transmitted now to the chicks. So these are the most important aspects which makes your chicken not to lay eggs during now the process you are keeping them. Another final aspect which we normally look on is the issue to do with water. Ensure that you provide your chicken with sufficient clean water so that they may not be able now to lack it. If you don't give them enough water, they will not be able to give you enough eggs. This is a drum we normally use now here to provide water to our birds, and we normally use these 20 jerry cans when we want to give them vaccine, or we want to give them maybe any antibiotic. So ensure that you provide enough water. We are using automatic drinkers, but at some points we normally use now the manual drinkers because we want to give them a vaccine or something else. So if you be keen on these aspects, you realize your chicken are going to give you more eggs. So make sure you do the right thing, and I will be glad to assist you launch your poultry farm. So thank you so much, guys. Let's meet on the next video. I'm taking orders for day old chicks, Saso at 95 Kenya shillings. Let's meet, guys, on the next video.